Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Farmcast. The Packers lost again. Again. The past
Again.
decade, I could start out all of these with the Packers lost. And I just want to say right away, and I want to see how you guys feel. But right now, after that game, how do we feel? Because for me, I feel this one doesn't hurt because I'm so used to it. It's more of we'll get to it of the future of the Packers, but right now this one doesn't hurt that much for me. So how are we feeling?
Watching the game, it hurt. It sucked to watch that game. The defense doesn't give up any points, and we scored 10 points. We can't move the ball. But yeah, literally, like the day after, like I didn't have like any like anger really. Like I was just kind of like done, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the least I've felt after a heartbreaking Packer loss, and like Zach and I were there, in the frigid cold, rooting for the team, and I wasn't even stunned. It was
like, oh, here we are.
It's what you expect all season, and it was like people were talking about it for 4 months that the special teams is going to bite you, the special teams is going to bite you, special teams is going to bite you. It did. Not great. But a lot of people are going to be sitting here blaming the special teams. And listen, they're guilty. But this man right here, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, put up 1 touchdown on the opening drive and proceeded to sit with his hands in his pants, holding the ball for way too long every single passing play. Not in time. Classic Aaron Rodgers hero ball, and it fucked over the Packers again. And I've seen it just too many times. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is a sad state of the union, but I am hopeful for better things moving forward. But that game fucking sucks.
Yeah, like, and I think you nail it the best. Like just saying, I'm done. Like I'm just over this like team. Like, and I'm very thankful for the Aaron Rodgers era. It has given me some of like the best football of my life, and like the fact that I can live and say I saw a Super Bowl is insane. And so many people can't say that who are diehard fans. Like, when the fuck is a Lion gonna say that he saw a Lions fan gonna say he saw his team win a Super Bowl? I don't know. Probably never. But I do think there is only one way I can be more like over this team is going into next season. If we run it back with this same team, which I'm hearing people say they want, it seems 50-50 split in the Packer fan base, but if we run it back, and we'll talk about what we want to do or like what we see doing, if we run it back with this team, I can't be any more, I would have no ambition. Like, I'd just be like, great. I'd be annoyed if we ran it back with this team, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, there is no running it back. Because how, in order to keep Aaron Rodgers, in order to keep Devontae Adams, you have to make so many roster cuts. You have to absolutely screw over the future of the Packers, which has never been the Packers' MO since Ted Thompson onwards. It has never been the MO of the Packers to sacrifice the future for the sake of the now. It just never has been. So there's no running it back because there's no Za'Darius. There's odds are going to be maybe no Adrian Amos.
I mean, for the record, when I say run it back, I mean Aaron Rodgers.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying, I agree with you because I think it would just be a fruitless endeavor because every other team is getting better. Mm-hmm. Why would you actively kneecap yourself and just hope that this time it works out when we've seen it for the past however many years? This formula isn't working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
guess it's not.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Aaron Rodgers is going to win another MVP this year. He still is good, you know, but. Like I mentioned it in our group chat earlier, like after the game. He's not as good, even though he just won MVP. You could tell watching that game, he's just not. He doesn't seem like he has it in him to carry a team. He threw the ball 26 times. 21 of them went to either Devontae Adams or Aaron Jones. He's only looking for 2 people. Even when he did complete passes, they were They were low. He didn't give anybody an opportunity to catch and run with the ball. Aaron Jones was having to jump backwards and catch the ball over his head, or Devontae was having to dive towards the ground to grab the ball. And I think a big part of this is all the bullshit that Aaron Rodgers has going on with him outside of football right now. I am just sick of him as a person and his opinions. I don't care. And I'm just ready for this part of my Packer fandom life to be done. I don't want to end up
dribble.
I don't want to end up resenting Aaron Rodgers because of who he is as a person,
I will disagree with you a little bit when you say but this is also part of the problem. So Aaron Rodgers being capable of carrying a team. He absolutely is capable of carrying a team, in my opinion. But the problem is when you have Aaron Rodgers, that's the only way you're allowed to win, because he refuses to play within the offense when the going gets tough in big games. Aaron Rodgers says it's Aaron Rodgers time. And a lot of the times it works out, but a lot of the times against tougher competition in the playoffs, it doesn't work out. And he doesn't play on time. He's off target. He's looking for guys in double coverage who clearly aren't open and ignoring guys who are. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
I do. But I disagree, because we saw with even though the Bills lost or whatever, Stephon Diggs was taken out of that game, right? Gabriel Davis ended up having 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. When the fuck is that would that ever happen with the Packers? Would Aaron Rodgers just key in on MVS or EQ or Alan Lazard? Because Alan Lazard was open multiple times when he threw the ball to Devontae Adams or threw the ball away, because his first reads Devontae, his second reads Aaron Jones. They're both taking away. Okay, I'm getting sacked for the 9th time of the game now. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if it's one of you guys who said this, but I saw a tweet, or maybe it was one of you guys, that said we probably would have won that game if Devontae's hurt. If Devontae's out, we probably think about that though, because then he's actually going through it, because he has played. Think about the Packers Cardinals game. Jeff Janis bombs. He can throw it, he can make a guy pop off, but it just seemed like this game he didn't. And I don't, and maybe that's an aging. I don't know. Maybe he's getting older. Maybe
we had to go in the offseason and bring in Randall Cobb because Aaron Rodgers needed somebody he can trust. Why is he not capable of trusting the guys that are already on the roster?
And he didn't trust Randall Cobb. He threw to him once.
Right. No, he threw to him one time. Yeah.
So, but your theory, it kind of leads into what I've been saying for a really long time about Aaron, and now I really do truly believe it. When Aaron is either hurt or less mobile, or when the offensive line is down men and struggling, that is when Aaron Rodgers plays his best, because it's the only time he plays on schedule. It's the only time he doesn't hold the ball forever because he thinks he can make a play, because he thinks he has that mobility. He had his toe healthier this week. He was saying it all week. Toe feels great. Toe feels great. Well, what did that mean? No more short passes, time to just hold the ball forever and throw to guys who are covered. He's literally better when handicapped, because it forces him to play within the offense.
Yeah.
It's shown time and time again.
Yeah.
The first time we played the Niners, we were super short on offensive linemen. That was Josh Nijman's first start. Going back on that game, he's getting the ball out. I think he averaged 2 seconds of drop back. He's constantly on time getting the ball out, and you never see that when he's fully healthy. It can lead to big plays, but it can also lead to stupid games like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it happens to be that, how many times have we had these stupid games happen to be in the playoffs? Even last year, we called it on this podcast. We said, the Matt LaFleur hate of not going for it on that 4th down in the NFC Championship last year was really stupid, because Aaron was in the red zone how many times that game? And he had 3 downs in the red zone to get it in, and he didn't. So, it sucks, because Aaron Rodgers is, he has done things that I don't think another human being can do. But, man, why is it that he can be so insane at times, but then the playoffs, We're going 3-and-out. I've seen this 3-and-out game happen in how many playoffs when it's like, we just need a first down. We need to drive the ball, and it doesn't happen. I've seen the same game 1,000 times.
And it's 2 straight games where the defense, in 2 straight games in the playoffs, the defense is going crazy. They are doing everything you could ever ask a defense to do. They literally didn't give up an offensive touchdown today. You're doing everything, or the other day, you're doing everything defense can do. Last year, Jair Alexander on back-to-back possessions in the 4th quarter in crunch time picks off Tom Brady. You know what Aaron Rodgers does with both of those possessions? 3-and-out each time.
Yep.
Aaron's a great quarterback, but clearly something has been in the playoffs for the last few years that it's not working anymore.
This is one thing I'll say that I've already seen get brought up multiple times on Twitter and just listening to like Packer media. One thing that's going to just upset me hearing it, especially because the last 2 years, the way the defense has played in the playoffs is, the one time Aaron Rodgers had a top 5 defense, he won a Super Bowl. And, and I get that. I really do. But what more could the defense have done last year and this year? What more could the defense have done for those teams? You can't put that on the defense or whoever, for not giving him a talented enough team around him, because they have a talented team. They obviously do. They've went 13-3 or 13-4 the last 3 years. You don't do that with no talent on your roster.
So I will say that about there's nothing they could have done against the Niners more. I won't say that about the Buccaneers game. We let Scotty Miller have a before halftime bomb.
Kevin King did.
King fair.
Which, thank God, he will never be back on this roster ever again.
Yeah. Rip Bozo.
See ya, Bozo.
I think the combo of what he's done on the field and the fact that we took him instead of TJ Watt, I think he will genuinely be the most hated Packer of our lifetime.
No, Brandon Bostic.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're me, Blake Martinez, but
wrong.
I diverge.
Don't make me put on the jersey.
Yeah. I guess I do want to just bring it back to that running it back, aka bringing back Aaron Rodgers for next year. The only argument I can see being said for let him have one more season, then let him retire, is the NFC is probably going to be weak next year. We don't know. You never know. Draft people might just pop off. Free agency shakes everything up. That's the only case. The NFC North is going to be really weak next year. You've got rookie GMs and rookie coaches coming into for the Vikings and the Bears. Or, well, first year at least. And then the Lions are the Lions. It's going to be a pretty, up in the air division. But I would also say, let Jordan Love take over. That is what I want. And I guess, now we can, kind of pitch what we want. I want Jordan Love. I want to see if we can trade Aaron Rodgers and stack up this defense. Focus on the defense. That way, make it a hard running game. We've got a great line. We've got one of the best, if not the best, probably number 2 behind Cleveland, running back duo. And, stack up that defense. All Jordan Love has to do then is play game manager. I really want to see. I think, look at the team we lost to. People say, oh, we've got a Hall of Fame quarterback. You don't just, let someone you don't get it, Packer fans. You don't let someone like Aaron Rodgers walk. Well, okay, then why the fuck didn't someone like Aaron Rodgers convert one of those 3-and-outs then? I don't know. So I see, when you get beat by a team like the Niners like that, I say Jimmy G didn't fucking beat us. Jimmy G beat Aaron Rodgers is what you see. Let's let Jordan Love. Let's get a new.
The Niners are not a good team. The Niners are not a good team.
They are a good team.
They are a good team.
Yeah,
they are
a NFC Championship good team.
No, not at all.
No, but they're a good team.
Yeah, they are a good team. They're a well-built team.
I'm talking, but for this stage.
Oh no!
I still think literally everywhere but quarterback, and I know that is the most important position, and it's weighted.
Offensive line is not good. Outside of Trent Williams, that offensive line is not good at all.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like they are okay.
And their
Whatever.
secondary is not trash. I mean, I could bitch about the Niners all day. It's half of what I do on this podcast at all times. But
Yeah.
we don't need to get into it. This is not a Niners State of the Union. It is a Packers State of the Union. And what I don't understand about this run it back thing is that it requires you to sign Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is not taking a hometown discount. He said he wants to be the highest paid receiver in football. Well deserved. I don't think the Packers are the team that's going to pay him. And what if he doesn't come back? How do you entice Aaron Rodgers to come back? I mean, and
Bring back Jordy Nelson, another guy he trusts.
Right. I mean, I have a hard time believing that Aaron would stay if Devontae goes. I really have a hard time believing that. And I'm starting to get to the point. I think it's either he plays or he retires. I don't know.
Plays with the Packers.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I agree. I don't know if we can trade him.
I don't think. Oh, some team would take him.
No, I mean, as in, like, I think he would retire before. I think if they were like, we're going to trade you, he's like, okay, then I'm going to retire. So I don't think we can.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the case. I want him to get traded. I'm not going to be one of those people who gets overly sentimental about, oh, my quarterback's on another team. Oh, no. Like, Tom Brady left. Anybody can leave. Fine.
Right. Also,
not a big deal.
When you see those picks rolling in, and also when you see him, I mean, if he's on the Broncos, they might not even make playoffs. But when he's in the AFC Championship game, yeah, tell me then when he loses that you miss him. When we got the picks coming our way, tell me then.
What do you think it would take, like, if we were to trade Aaron? What do you think we could get as a return for a 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers?
2 to 3 first rounders. I think we can get. I think two. And two. Maybe some like ancillary stuff, or maybe like a young defender or something. Okay. We can kind of get into what we kind of want here.
Yeah.
My dream off season is to trade Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, I want to get some picks for him. I want to build around the defense. I've seen that floated around a couple times, but that defense is young. It's clearly becoming a really, really staunch unit when it's healthy. Kenny Clark is one of the most disruptive interior guys in the league. And Jair's Jair. I mean, he goes without saying.
And we've barely seen Eric Stokes and Jair at the same time. Barely.
Right. And I believe in Eric Stokes. He seemed to be a promising rookie.
Looks awesome.
Rookie corner is the toughest position to come in at and really dominate. So I'm still very much a believer. But I do think we end up losing Devontae Adams. It is what it is. I think it's just kind of inevitable. Obviously, the relations don't seem super great for whatever reason, but he'll go wherever the money is. Hopefully it's not like the Jets or something, poor guy. But
maybe
it's the Raiders. I don't think we re-sign, just looking at our own guys, I don't think we end up re-signing Rasul Douglas. I love Rasul. This was one of the most fun seasons I've seen from a Packer corner since Charles Woodson. But it's fool's gold if you're going to sign him to a long-term deal. There's a reason he was bounced around the league a million times. Like, I think he's good, but I don't think it's worth it, especially if we're going to be in like a rebuilding position to sign him to like starter money when you already have Eric Stokes on the roster. I do want to re-sign Devontae Campbell because an interior guy I don't think is going to be crazy expensive. And then lastly, I think you got to replace Devontae, obviously. So I'm kind of looking at some of the guys. I mean, obviously, we don't know who will and won't get cut between then. I'm looking at some of the guys who are going to be free agent receivers, and it's a lot of older guys coming out. And then I was looking at one guy who is an unrestricted free agent this year, coming off an injury. It's DJ Shark.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I think he would be an interesting guy to take a flyer on. I think other teams will obviously feel the same way, but I would love it.
Yeah.
What about Odell? He's a free agent, isn't he?
I don't think he is.
Yeah. The Rams. Yeah. He's going back to the Rams.
I was looking
He's
to
a free agent, but
yeah, there were two other guys that kind of popped my eye just because they're like younger. And I know like we hate Juju, but or a lot of people hate Juju, but Juju's a free agent, so is Christian Kirk. I think both of those guys would be fun to see in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'd say why not.
I could see it. I think Christian Kirk ends up going to the Jets, or
Yeah.
like the
That
Lions.
seems right. That seems
And I
like a
think he'll
good
probably
fit.
get paid a lot of money too. I don't know why.
Decent amount,
Yeah, I feel like he'll just get paid a lot.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
what?
because there's not a lot of like
11,
younger
12
guys
million
coming out.
dollars.
I can't believe Jamison Crowder's only 28.
Yeah,
That
he
seems
seems like
nuts.
Crowder's
He seems so
35.
fucking old.
yeah.
No, I'd really like
mean-
Juju. I think Juju would be good, and I'd like to draft someone. Find someone in the
only
draft
reason
you can plug in.
The only reason I don't really agree with Juju is because he's like primarily a slot guy, and I think despite seeing nothing his rookie year, I think we're gonna let Amari Rodgers do that next year.
Oh,
Okay.
if there's one guy I'm out on,
I'm giving him a mulligan.
On like this same kind of note, and a reason I'm kind of ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers is I agree with you, Zach. I think it's time to really see what we have in Jordan Love.
Yes.
We spent the first round pick on him. Whether we're going to try to eventually like trade him or him be the new guy, we have to know.
yes.
And what better time than this will be his third year in the league? You aren't gonna. I mean, are you really gonna have him sit a third season?
I do think it makes sense with this whole focus on the defense idea, because that's how you see people win. You get a rookie contract quarterback, like that's how you fucking win. Like so, I do wanna see an offense that's focused around him. I want to see, Matt LaFleur has shown how good he can be. I want to see these two. I want to see an off season where it's Jordan is the starter. Let's do this, and then I want sink or swim. Put him in every situation. I don't care if we go. I don't care if we go 5-12, but I want an answer on what Jordan Love is, and like if that is like, hey, this guy can play up to like, we see potential in him to being like a Dak Prescott. I think that's like a good, like, yeah, I'd love to have that. And then it's like, good, we keep him. Or it's, hey, yikes, this guy's looking like a Deshaun Kaiser. Yeah, okay, let's call it, and
cut bait with him. Yeah.
And then apparently the 2023 draft class is supposed to be really good, so let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I like that last point too, because if you do fail, you can easily move on the next season to draft a first round guy again. Because it'll be the end of Jordan Love's third year. Then you'd only have one more year of him on the salary books, so that wouldn't be a big deal. And then if you fail, obviously you're gonna have a good pick to go with it. So I like that idea too. But I just find really strange, and I don't want this to come off weird because I do still believe, but you never ever hear the coaches say much about Jordan Love or anything. Nothing positive. It's really strange, and like every coach is like, and like anytime you talk to like LaFleur or anything, it's gotta bring back Aaron Rodgers. The front office all in on Aaron Rodgers again. I don't know what changed, and it makes me wonder if they're seeing something behind the scenes we can't.
Maybe like
that's my worry. I want to see it. Like I said, I want Aaron gone because I frankly can't stand him anymore. It is what it is. But it's concerning.
So just like two things with that, with how much of like Matt LaFleur is a player's coach. I think with the uncertainty going into the season, why wouldn't you say you want your MVP? Like, why wouldn't you?
Right.
He's your
No,
MVP, face of the franchise, Hall of Famer who won a Super Bowl. Like, you kind of gotta stand. And again, he's a player's coach. Let's say he says, you know what, it's fine if we, whoever's at quarterback, we'll go with it. If he says that and Aaron comes back, well, now that's weird. Like, I think, like, I think that's just, like, his place. Like, of course he's going to say that. Like, he probably is going to say, of course I want Devontae Adams back, too. He's not going to say, well, we've got some guys. Right. And so I take nothing from that. I do, I just don't really take much from that. I want to say, too, he like, Matt LaFleur was in on this pick. Matt LaFleur helped make this pick and okayed it. The Jordan Love pick. Yes.
Do we know
when they were,
he was?
That was like, he was approved it. Matt LaFleur, the whole thing was like picking a guy he could see in his offense going forward. So I do want to say that too. So Matt LaFleur, he had a say.
Right. That also feels like 2 very long years ago, because that was when it was like, oh god, Aaron Rodgers has had 4 straight seasons of his quarterback rating dropping, and he struggled in his first year of the LaFleur offense.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good point. But
then again, but let me just, sorry, not to cut you off, but I think that's a perfect example of why we shouldn't give up on Jordan Love, because like, look how bad Aaron looked that first year in Green Bay. Sure, we went 13-3. People forget Aaron did not look comfortable in that offense. I think he was like one of his worst years ever as a starter.
He looked washed.
Right. Let's give the guy who played spot duty in 1.5 games a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
And a little leeway, because people forget in 2007, Aaron Rodgers was in a super similar position. He was put in the game for a few games for some mop-up duty. Did not look very good. And all of a sudden, people are like, let's trade him for Randy Moss. He doesn't look great. Let's get rid of him, yada, yada, yada. Clearly, that wouldn't have been the right decision.
Yeah. Two extra things I also want to toss this. One, I've trusted Goot. I am going to trust this man.
He is very good.
He's unreal with what he's doing. And his role before was player assessment. I trust the guy who knows more than I do. Whatever he decides, I'm going to agree with. Number 2, the one full regular season game Jordan Love was played in, we barely lost. We barely lost against the team who's now the favorite to win the Super Bowl. And
like shit that game too.
And we would have won if it wasn't for this shitty special teams unit.
Yes.
So like, it's just interesting that everyone's like, wow, in the 1.5 games he's looked so bad. We barely lost on the road in Arrowhead, one of the loudest stadiums in the league.
With all the outside noise going on, by the way, of Aaron's COVID vaccination status.
Also, barely any of the preparation. It was Aaron has COVID, you're in now. And he was running the Aaron Rodgers offense. Let's have Matt LaFleur, even if, let's say Jordan Love is like, bad, like he's throwing picks left and right. Matt LaFleur can build an offense around that. More checkdowns. In the Lions game, when he looked good, it was short throws. It was the checkdowns. Like, who says we can't take that to like a good, like, that's a good stepping stone. So let's build it around him and see what he's got. He's our fucking first round pick. Let's roll.
I just want to see him so bad.
I do too.
So bad. I want that full season. I think part of it is, look how bored, like, this is going to sound like such a weird thing to say, but, like, Packer fans are just, I think, generally speaking, kind of bored.
Yes.
We have been seeing the same kind of Packer team for, like, 15 years. I'm ready to embrace, change is going to happen eventually. Just Bill Belichick this thing, get out in front of it. It's better to be a year too early. I'd rather just make the most of this. Just bite the bullet now, and it'll be the quickest rebuild you can have.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in ahead of it. This is, if everyone who wants Aaron Rodgers back, we're kicking the can down the road. That is like the most short term, like literally like next season thinking. And you're right, I haven't thought about it till now, but like early on in Aaron Rodgers' career, regular season games were so, like, those wins were huge and those losses were huge too, because this one, and maybe it's a great problem to have. There are so many franchises that would love to have this problem.
Oh yeah.
But like, I'm just like, yeah, we should have won. Or when we lose, I'm like, yeah, but we're still gonna like win the division and make playoffs. It's like nothing like gets me going anymore. So
no, it doesn't feel like it matters at all.
Yeah. So
it's champagne problems, but it's true. I mean, Packer fans in general are bored and spoiled.
Well, and I don't know if I've said it on the podcast or not, and I know, like, I probably will end up feeling this way if it does happen, but, like, I don't really care if Jordan Love is good or bad. Obviously, I'd prefer for him to be good, but, like, I feel like when you have somebody like Aaron Rodgers, who your team is only going to be so bad, right? Like, you have a very, very high floor. Like, nothing feels like it matters. Like we just said.
Alive again.
I need some, like, this is why I've been so invested in the Brewers the last couple of years, is because, like, they were fucking terrible. They were terrible. And then the last 3 years, we get Christian Yelich, we get Lorenzo Cain. Like, things start to build up, and like every game, like you said, like it starts to matter, and you just feel more when you're watching these games. And I think the feeling would be tenfold over if we experience a couple down Packer years,
Yeah.
But who knows? We might never get back to being where we have been the last 5 years. We could just end up being a stink franchise, which I don't want that to happen either, So
Right, that's the thing.
yeah,
It's fun until it's not.
right.
No, that's true. How many? I just like I hear that a lot, but like outside of like the already bad franchises who just have like bad owners, like how many times do you see like good organizations like really tank themselves?
That's the difference. Is I think the Packers are a good organization and they are well run. I don't think we're ever going to be the Detroit Lions or the Cleveland Browns of the last 20 years or the Bengals not winning a playoff game since 1988. Like that's just never gonna. I don't think. Fingers crossed. I don't think we're gonna have a 30-year drought in the playoffs ever.
Right.
Yeah, knock on wood, absolutely. But I think there is something to that. Like there are teams that are always like kind of competitive, and it's because of the way the organization is run. And I think the Packers are one of those organizations.
Yeah.
I think people are really scared of what the other side looks like when you've had 30 odd years of Hall of Fame quarterback play. It's a leap of faith. I mean, it will literally. Right. I mean, I really don't envy Jordan Love or whoever has to follow, because that is a tough fucking act to follow in Green Bay.
Us three Packer fans, are somewhat level-headed and rational. There are a lot of Packer fans who are absolutely going to fucking hate Jordan Love if he doesn't come out and he isn't Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre.
The thing is, Aaron Rodgers came out as Aaron Rodgers. People still hated him because he wasn't Brett Favre.
That's true. Yeah, but what I'm saying is more so like if he doesn't. I don't know. I think I know what I'm saying. I just don't know how to elaborate it more.
I don't know the exact reason. I'm willing to just assume it's this many years of sustained success has broken Packer fans' brains, because Packer fans just seem to be very dumb. The ones that I seem to run into a lot. Like I was telling you guys, I had a guy tell me that the Packers' defense was actually to blame for that playoff game loss. I mean, I don't even know what the hell you had to be smoking to think that. I want some, but Jesus Christ, like what? I think these people have lost their minds. I think winning has broken them.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know what it is, but Packer fans, I think, have to be like the dumbest fans in the fucking league. Like, seriously. Like, we've seen some stuff, and we've shared some stuff in our chat of what we've seen from Packer fans. But I don't know what it is. They just... I'm not going to go deeper into it. But, yeah, I don't trust a lot of... I do agree. I think people are scared. I think people are scared because we could always say, hey, we've got one of the best players on the planet playing for us. That is a great feeling. But yeah, like the fact that like we're at such a dead end. We're at such a dead end with this team. Give me something new. Give me something new. It's not working. Let's do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm ready to just embrace that change. It is what it is. Whenever I want that little dose of sustained success, I will tune into a Bucks game. I will watch the Bucks because they are truly that new model Wisconsin franchise. There is going to be a lot of years of that to come with the Bucks. I will enjoy it then.
Right, yeah. Or honestly, the way the NFL is too. What I was getting at, one, NFL's probably the easiest sport to do a rebuild in. Teams go up to down so quickly. And obviously there's a lot of luck of like landing a quarterback. Like think about the Chargers with like the Phillip Rivers years and then went down, then went back up now with Justin Herbert. But like the NFL in general, you get a couple of good moves going. You've got some good ownership, a good coach. You can turn things around. So I'm not as scared. And second, the NFL is also the easiest sport to kind of bandwagon a team until yours gets good again. Like, we're out of the playoffs. Can't wait to watch Matthew Stafford. I'm going to be rooting like hell for him.
Watch Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, yeah. There are so many likable young players that, hey, if we suck for 5 years, 10 years, whatever, like, I'm happy that we have a really good upcoming group.
Quarterback.
Here's the thing,
yeah.
though. Okay, here's the thing. We act like if we move on to Aaron Rodgers, there's nothing left on this team.
Mm-hmm.
There is
a lot
of really good pieces on this team.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I don't understand. We still have, assuming health, David Bakhtiari is a fantastic left tackle.
Yep.
We have all the makings of a good offensive line. We still have arguably the best running back combo in the NFL. We have Rashawn Gary, who is an up-and-coming superstar.
Yep.
Jair Alexander, who's already a superstar. Kenny Clark, who is an interior monster. Like, let's not act like the cupboard is bare here. Like, there is a lot to work with, and a rebuild could happen fast. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit on, like, the doom and gloom if we do move on. It's going to look different. It might take a year or two to get there, but, like, this team is still loaded.
Hold on. When I say like next 5-10 years we might suck, I'm saying worst case scenario just because I'm not scared. I know what we're going into in this territory, and that is the worst case scenario. If you ask me, I was just talking about how the NFC North is weak. Why the fuck can't we take it? Matt LaFleur is he's the longest running coach in the NFC North right now.
That's wild.
Jordan Love at quarterback? Yeah, let's pound A.J. Dillon. We've got a hell of a line. We've got a hell of a D. Pound A.J. Dillon. Pound Aaron Jones. And maybe Jordan Love. Again, if he can just be like a game manager or more, the Saints almost made playoffs. Almost made playoffs. And they like Sean Payton. But like they had Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill playing. Like, again, like I love where we're like we could be like a Saints next year where like we're fringe, or even like a Niners like being a fringe. Fucking the Eagles. The Eagles made playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's fucking that's why like losing Aaron, it sucks because he's been with us so long and he won a Super Bowl. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want something to be excited about, and we aren't excited about this team.
So you know what's funny? I'm just kind of thinking like positions we'll need to, like, let's say we do, trade Aaron Rodgers for some picks. God, even if he retires, honestly, I just want to move on.
Yeah,
especially
same.
like salary cap wise, in order to keep us competitive.
Yep.
From a full roster standpoint.
Can I just butt in and say one thing? I don't want Aaron Rodgers to retire because I don't want to have to see more Twitter clips of him on all of these, or if he starts going on more shows, I don't want to hear his name on everything.
I hope he is
over that.
Well, I hope he just goes off the grid.
Or maybe he just fades away. Like, do you guys know Brett Favre does a news show with this one dude and brings in like Ted Nugent? Did you guys know that's a thing?
No.
Yes, exactly. Because no one talks about it. He literally, this is a thing. My brother showed it to me literally a couple days ago. No one knew this was a fucking thing. He literally had Ted Nugent on, and they were calling at Biden's head. So my point is, when you aren't playing anymore, people care a lot less about this.
Kid Rock.
Yeah,
on the Brett Favre podcast.
Yeah, seriously. He was a guest.
Are you serious?
Yes. I've seen the line of this. Yeah.
Do they also have like Jay Cutler? Because he would be like the perfect guy to also have on there.
No, I didn't see. It's literally a politics show, and apparently it's on.
That's why Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is very much cut from that same block. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's tough, but yeah, I hope he goes off the grid.
Yeah, that would be nice. Until we retire his number, bring him back. He'll have long hair and a big beard. Maybe
I hate
have a
his
gray
long hair.
beard.
I absolutely hate his long hair. I swear to God, if you couldn't see his hair out the end of his helmet, dude, it looked like spaghetti or something. It looks so bad. I swear to God, we win that game if he just gets a fucking haircut.
Yeah.
I like that take.
Honestly.
But talk to him.
I do like that take.
Kyle, were you gonna say something about the upcoming free agents?
Oh yeah, so I was just kind of looking at like what we would need if we do end up moving on from Aaron and Devontae. I think it's going to be really funny if we take a wide receiver in the first round the year Aaron Rodgers leaves. I want that to happen.
I would love that.
So not only do like I want that, I think that would happen.
Probable.
It's literally probably it'd be our number one. No Devontae, you would literally getting a stud receiver for Jordan Love would be sick.
Yeah.
Jordan Love needs weapons. I mean,
Yep.
quite literally, there's not a hint of irony when I say that. He will need some weapons because
MVS is a free agent.
Not going to do it.
Well, yeah, and MVS is not like the guy, but he's a free agent.
I am number one MVS stan. I hope we do bring him back.
I don't think it would take that much either.
No,
I don't think so.
I really hope we do. Yeah.
That feels pretty easy.
What about Alan Lazard? Is he?
We have control over him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's team whatever.
Yeah, we have some.
Okay.
He's locked for now.
I would love a stud rookie though. Stud rookie receiver.
I did have a question. Like if there was one, it doesn't matter, like money, whatever. If there was one free agent that we could sign for this Packers team, who would you guys want to sign?
That's a tough question. I just accidentally closed it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some upcoming guys here. And
So
answer.
So some of the big names, guys like Von Miller, Allen Robinson, Chandler Jones, Chris Godwin, Dante Fowler, Tyrann Mathieu, Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, which would be sick if the Packers signed J.C. Jackson. And he's just really good. But for me, I think it would be like Chris Godwin. I think he would like slot in super well into the offense. He's like a Devontae Adams type, if that makes sense. He's 3 years younger than him.
I would probably say Chris Godwin if the injury didn't happen, only because I'm
not worried about it.
Well, I just say because you're probably out. Like he probably misses most of next year. Like.
The timeline didn't suggest it. They think he'll be back a lot earlier.
I guess if Cam Akers can come back.
Cam Akers might just be a robot. I mean, that is the most insane comeback I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, not only him, Derrick Henry came back in, 8 weeks from a broken foot?
Well,
like,
he's actually, he's an unreal. Like, he's not real. There's
I don't
alien
understand
blood
injuries
in him.
anymore.
Yeah.
Injuries just don't seem to matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Listen, there's one. I think Zach would be very down with this. So, let's say quarterback goes to hell. There is one 28-year-old quarterback that is going to be
and would be kind of cheap.
And just lost his head coach.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So
shame if Jameis Winston found his way to Green
Bay. I would love it. I would love it.
Oh, it would be the best. I would be so happy.
We would be I'd say we win division then, but like
every snap would be the best. The best.
Wherever he goes, it is just gonna be. I can't wait. I can't wait till he's wearing Steelers gold and black.
Can we talk Jameis for a second?
We can talk a little. I always want to talk Jameis
because I thought for sure it was a shoo-in that he would go back to New Orleans with Sean Payton. Clearly, that ship has sailed.
Yes.
I think like Cleveland is in play.
Cleveland, Broncos, Steelers. I think are also like. He's an awesome free agent out there.
Like, if Russell Wilson doesn't get moved and Aaron doesn't get moved, he's kind of feels like the best guy on the market available. Even if they
do get moved, even if they're both free agents, I say he'd still be number one on the market. Seriously, you plug him on a lot of those teams. It's especially with how he was looking, and maybe it's a Sean Payton thing. But I don't care if it is, because, like, why wouldn't you? I'd much rather have a Jameis than a fucking Baker. Give me the upside of Jameis. He's taking that team places.
So, do you guys think Mitch Trubisky starts somewhere next year? He's been picking up some steam lately.
No, I don't think so. Who would he start for?
I could see it.
Who would you rather have, Baker Mayfield or Mitch Trubisky?
Baker Mayfield.
I would rather have Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, I'm not going there.
You are. I feel like you're forgetting Mitch Trubisky. I understand Baker Mayfield's not good. Mitch Trubisky sucked.
Mitch Trubisky went to the playoffs with Matt Nagy calling offense.
You can also say Matt Nagy went to the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky under center.
Yeah.
Like, it goes both ways.
We've clearly seen what happens when Mitch Trubisky leaves the team. They get worse.
That's a Bears thing. That's a Bears thing. He's a great backup. He might go to somewhere like the Giants, who are in between.
I think he literally might be a starter next year.
I just don't know who's like who's seeking him out.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be thrilled about it, but like I think you look at the landscape of quarterbacks for some teams, it's not as crazy as you think. Like I think I'd rather have him than Drew Lock. But
I just don't think Drew Lock is he's their backup.
If you're the Broncos and if you aren't able to get Aaron Rodgers or one of these bigger name trade for a quarterback, like would you rather pay Mitch Trubisky $3 million or just run it back with Teddy for $4 million?
Trubisky for 3. At least there's upside.
Or just draft.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's as crazy as it sounds.
I
might be a starter on a team next year.
Maybe
I think it's possible.
Maybe like if no, I'm not even gonna go there. I don't know. I maybe it's possible. Anything's possible.
I think Mitch will just re-sign with Buffalo.
Just be a career backup.
It's a cozy spot.
Yeah, and like it's, I don't know. I feel like
New Orleans might need a quarterback.
Right. The Saints might really go to shit soon. Like
Sean Payton really fucked them over.
Oh yeah, he
retiring when he did.
God.
They're already like the Giants, the Bears. They have all started their interview processes for head coaches already.
Dude, I heard this theory out there that
he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Well, yeah, because the whole quote, he's taking a year off. They're saying because he because if Jerry doesn't like Mike next year, like I don't know if there's some connection with the Cowboys, but people are saying like they think he's going to be.
He's from Dallas, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
He's from Texas. Yeah, that's like his hometown team.
Okay, does everybody forget that Jerry Jones just really doesn't fire head coaches like ever? I don't know why everybody thinks he's going to get rid of Mike. He had Jason Garrett for like 6 years. I mean, he doesn't fire coaches.
Yeah, but for Sean Payton, I think he would. Oh, I think he would. Another playoff disappointment, I think he does.
Do it. I don't think Sean Payton would want to work. Dude, working
Sean
under
Payton
Jerry...
didn't he already coach? Like, he wasn't the head coach, but he coached at Dallas already.
Maybe, but I think it's a huge difference. Like, dude, I don't think you want... Being Jerry Jones's lapdog would suck. Also, Jerry Jones wouldn't hire a head coach he can't control. That's a big part of it too. I don't think Sean.
I don't know, dude, but like where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's been some sort of connection between Sean Payton and the Dallas Cowboys for like the last 5 years.
Right.
I really don't buy it. This is just my I could be wrong. I really don't see it at all. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think I would hate for that to happen, but.
Like that's like Sean Payton's MO. There's no way he would go to an organization with an overzealous owner like Jerry Jones. It's just really odd to me.
I mean, Jerry's not going to live forever.
Like, listen, Jerry dies. We're having a different conversation. He's still alive, and apparently a great GM because he put together a hell of a team.
Yeah. I don't know.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but anyways, we got any more Packer thoughts? Any more?
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky's going to be the starting quarterback of Washington next year. That's my last thought.
Okay. Let's run it back with Taylor Heineke. Yeah. He's already on the roster.
No, God, I don't want to see any more Taylor Heineke.
Mitch Trubisky is literally just better Taylor Heineke. They're like the same guy.
Yeah, I just don't want to see anything to not see Taylor Heineke play another snap. I'm okay
Marcus
with that.
Mariota, he's a free agent.
That's one that I would also. I'm okay.
Was he the Raiders backup this year? Right?
Yeah. Very okay never seeing Marcus Mariota snap. All right. Ooh. We got any more thoughts for the people?
I'm exhausted, and I'm ready to just
I'm excited.
I'm ready to just move on. I'm excited, but like I'm exhausted of the current era, and I'm really not looking forward to it back thing. Those two clowns posted the fucking last dance picture and then put up one touchdown in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's no running it back after that. It's done.
The
End
last
of an era.
choke.
It was a great time, and while it lasted for the most part, let's just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, I really thought it was going to be one last dance too. The entire
thought so,
year,
too.
I thought I really bought in, man.
And then Aaron decided he wanted to spend more time in his free time being a Joe Rogan knockoff than he did want to watch film on the Niners defense. So I'm just kind of done with it.
Yeah.
We're entering into the ELE era. Everybody love everybody era. And we'll be loving everybody when Jordan Love is taking snaps. All right. That does it from here at the Farmcast.
Yeah, that one written down on a sticky note. That
one was holstered, baby, ready to go.
I couldn't wait to get that one out.
All right. We'll see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment your favorite Jordan Love memory so far. And we'll see you in the next episode of the Farmcast. Bye.